picking all the watch for. Let me tell you the truth. Say mama, tell them we stop social distancing, now they keep passing. So make we all here, take precautions, take them up. No limba, enough have him in there.
Fambu, Adu, and welcome to this edition of the program, Tap Corona Na Salone. Na Radio Mount Aureol-CTN na Frabe College na Freetown join hand with the radio station where they listen to so for bring come this program to you, and na Foundation Hirondelle na Switzerland they battle this program with funding from the H2H Network Fund and the Danish Refuges Council. We last edition been focused on the role where owners of entertainment centers them they play for make sure say all them customers them wear face mask where they go relax. Inside this new edition, we will look at the community care centers and how the community leaders them for the encourage members of the community them for the visit the various care centers for voluntary tests for the coronavirus. Me na una young presenter Mariam Masahid. Master Sabi well body people them say when you do test for know your status for the coronavirus sick, it will help for tap the spread of the coronavirus. Them say plenty people then we can get this coronavirus sick, not can show what them well body Master Sabi people them they call signs and symptoms for the sick. So when you do the test for the coronavirus and know your status, you go help for save life. For sake of that, government don't they encourage people them for do what them call voluntary test for know them status for the coronavirus sick. So we they ask, whose role where community leaders them like headman, paramount chief and councillors then they play for make sure say people them do voluntary test for the coronavirus sick. Inside Freetown, we report a by candidate today where they work na Radio Mount Aureol-CTN na Freetown bin go talk to Councillor Musa Sise na Ward 421 inside constituency 121 na Mount Aureol community.
Me say don't do this test here. This na test where you need to do where you be able to know your status. Where you don't know your status, I believe say you be able to prevent yourself that kind way day. You know decide where you go, where you know go get that kind of social distances. At least any side you go, you go wash your hand, you use your masks. I believe say plenty people in my world be able to do that because the people in say where they want can do this free test, then call me and me say be able to work out their company there and give them 1 or 2 ward development committee member there will be there with where I will say 65 to 70% people in my world will really then do it so that they go know their status because of the situation we get. We only need to come together and we able to fight this fight from where we able to eradicate this out of the country. If you know more, we do this test here, you know your status. Believe me, you go do all the prevention measure we will body people every papa government they tell you for me you do. Now that will make you do if you don't do this test here. So I really appreciate and thank you to the people we do this thing. I really send them with different what they can do then test there. So and a test we very meaningful, very timely. Now we what they way they can do.
So, which method do you be used for let people for talk to the people and for let them go do this test? Is it that na a meeting you call or how you been do for pass this message to the people then?
First of all, I be do a door to door talk to people them, and now one guarantee home around the way they go do the test. Now me na the first person we go do this test here. Tell people and say me don't do this test. And I not get this sick. So it willing for everybody for me you say go drum. So I be the good door to door, they talk to people then and I get megaphone, we see me megaphone and I use me megaphone with the people that we do that with town car, go and talk to people and say we get team where they do free coronavirus tests, let them go so that they go able to know the status. Now that kind of way they disseminate the message.
Okay, so what in the message they go pass to other councillors and other wards them for, with regards talking to the people and for let them do the similar thing where you don't already do?
Equally so, they be call we all to meeting, all 48 councillors, and say now this get for gonna various wards where we all be get scheduled. So like they all know the essence and willingly they appeal to them. Let them say that willingly, let them know their status. This is just start like you go dig water well some side for people and you know drink that water they meaning that water they not pure. When you do as councillor, you go do the test. You don't give assurance, you don't give confidence to people and self when they do that test day. So equally, me say they talk to them, they then start to do the test and then self also go door to door or talk to people and they do this test so that they go know the status. Everybody will know his status. They go able to take care of himself, do the prevention measure things every government say you know for do.
That's na Councillor Musa Sise, the Councillor for Ward 421 inside Constituency 121 na the Mount Aureol community na Freetown. From Ward 421 na Constituency 121, I dey go na Kisidokiad community, usai mi compin Mohamed Abukonte Bingo Waka and talk to Chief Mendy Kagbo, the chief na the Kisidokiad community na Freetown.
When you come to this coronavirus, we don't they go all out for sensitized people there. They will get NGOs like that, street child, they come to bucket and they can save and all them different areas. Of course, when I see me inside, right inside me compound, anybody can inside me compound, they watch the hand for everything. Then when you come and this, then they don't know for talk, all man, they make sure say, and they tell them, say, all man for get up, for put on your face. You know, to cover your mouth, everything, so that it will save you from that trouble way that they talk about. So, there was an of course, we tell the people that will go up to don't call but exercise, go sensitize the people there for make them go. They wash their hand, inside they meet them bucket yard, wash their hand, they soap they everything. So, we don't they go far with them. The people there really they cooperate.
Okay. Chief, what about the other areas we get for do it? How don't you see the compliance with them people there in terms of seeing that then things are in the dorm and the other area we get for do it, this denial perspective? How you don't see the people and they comply within this culvert community and Dockyard in general?
Well, the people there they comply with all within government say and the health people them when they tell you about this virus way don't take over all over the world. People and they comply, they don't get no problem. I don't get no problem with them. They say. And they go all out waiting, really, they for do, then they do them.
Chief, going forward, being I see when I do sensitization at the various houses them and other at the community in general. Going forward, I don't see the area of compliance to them people like that.
Well, the area it look quiet and we not get anybody affected. You know, everybody they go in normal business inside the market. Everybody take care. You know, we get the bucket there and the water. So, I don't see any problem now. Everybody normal.
That's na Chief Mendy Kagbo, when I the chief for the Kisidokiad community. From Kisidokiad, make I reach Allenton, na the far east of Freetown, usai me workmate, been to Mantare, self been go talk to Abdullah Sise, when a imam and chairman for one of the native courts them.
Alhamdulillah, council pick and one, me what they talk now. Me na one of the people them, na the team involved. Some community elders them, some youth them footballer them, some youth footballer them. So then all the inside this sensitization team would they work right round. And what would they tell people wallahi usise then they do them.
So waiting they can go and tell them people and they we can make them push for let them go do the test.
The first thing they tell them say my brother and my sister wallahi love all believe say corona not true. Would they see corona, the one they will get hospital, then they die under this sick. Do ya we walk from and see the no more ya? Low protect yourself for make God save we from this bad sick. Exactly. Then they move for go do the test. And when they work, we will area from here to furniture, you know they get no object for say. People then they go, we meet people then, or then they argue with, no, we not get down the one day.
So waiting at the outcome now, and I don't see parents there, and I don't see say somebody don't ever go where, or the community centers, then I think say that they welcome them people and they for go do the test there.
The community centers then they welcome them people and they, because they get the feedback. People who they go, they tell them who then they go, then they can't tell we. And saying they do the test. But Alhamdulillah, we, meet up one person in our area, will go do that test, they say a positive. Now negative, then they come with.
Okay, so what think will be your message we go tell people they out there or other side them, or you come in chief the other, now the other side them, or come in chairman and the other side them, for see them push them people there for go do this test.
Well, he made a big, the country, we, the people then at this country, chairman then, chief then, they right down the country say, do ya, this one, low wool and wood to hand, for sensitize with people them, made them serious in, because this one wouldn't they do, not for we life, not for nobody in life, not for we self. Especially you, poor man, you don't get nothing. So if they tell you say do this, do them for sake of God. Inshallah.
That's na Abdullah Sise, when an imam and chairman na the native court under Chief Pa Almami Dambala Kamara na Miami, Allenton. From Freetown, make a go na Moyamba na the southern region and yeri from Paramount Chief Fode Momo Gulama of Kayamba Chiefdom inside Moyamba as in talk about waiting in self-done they do as Paramount Chief for sensitize and encourage in people them for they do voluntary test for the coronavirus sick. He been talk to Augustine J. Amara where they work na Radio Modka na Moyamba.
Actually, we self get concerned, about this test. As community leaders, we in our responsibility for talk to we subject them. Now we various community them so that we will encourage with people them for let them go for the COVID-19 test. For we in Moyamba district, we they always hold we monthly Council of Paramount Chiefs meeting na Moyamba district. So inside day, we don't sit down, we don't agree say now with various chiefdoms them. We go out now for begin talk to people there because government, we in a young government, we don't say for encourage you people them for test this COVID-19. Cause na sick we come. It don't can destabilize the entire world, including Sierra Leone, where we all suffer from this outbreak, So, but then we also say, okay, let we drive this COVID totally in our country. So the only way we go do now for begin to talk to people them in our community meetings, and we begin anytime we hold with village meetings them, we talk to we chief them first, and for them to go now with different villages, towns, so that we will begin encourage with people them for let them go for the test because one drive COVID totally. And where you go for the test, actually, according to the Master Sabi people there, now forget your status, let you know whether you get them or not. If you not get them, fine. But if you get them, then we'll find way for menu so that we will help, for pull all this, get rid of this COVID-19. And this with district and with chiefdom.
Well, PC, a part of the meetings we una get, in which other ways again we as a paramount chief, we una don't think about for do sensitization and then we una go use for encourage una community people them for go do voluntary COVID-19 test?
Well, the first thing we say, we get for engage the two radio stations that will get na Moyamba town, because they go far and wide, because the community meetings actually are just few people that we invite, but with the radio station them, what we go use, it get a wider coverage and a lot of people will hear it and will encourage them inside that discussion day, so that all the time and up to now as I talk to you, now that the message and we tell people that let them get social distance, they're not for group together, and after that now we are saying we need for test. The reason of testing, as I said just now, the test for let we know with status and would encourage everybody. As I talk to now, me then at the center of this district, me at the host paramount chief. So together with people them, with my colleagues them, we always talk to people them, and we go continue for encourage them for let them go for test.
That's na Paramount Chief Fode Momo Gulama na Kayamba Chiefdom inside Moyamba district. From Moyamba, I dey go na Bo district inside the same southern region for no whose role we council them they play for encourage community people them for do voluntary test for the coronavirus sick. For sake of that, Timothy Lusaini been talked to Councillor Abdul Razak Saidu, the councillor na Ward 280 inside constituency 086 na Bo district.
I think this now another laudable ventures what we need for do, but this another the only thing we will show. Since we the Africans, the system strong for show some kind of illness. So these are the reasons why our government can say African man sisters strong work for me begin to show this signs and symptoms. So, but if me and you go do voluntarily, not to see whether they expose. It was just like in the case of we'll get HIV. If we do HIV test, way more dangerous than this. Why not this one? So we as a stakeholders and authority, we still encourage people that outside there. Now within our media, within our every other thing, we will get town hall meetings for those and people then and make sure say even the work committees that we deal with the councillors. We all work together for now make sure say people they don't understand the measures and they don't really volunteer for go do this test. Not to see way difficult. Go voluntarily do the test and know your status. By so doing, we will keep this COVID out of the country.
So how you see the compliance of your community people then in this venture also?
But honestly, I feel for now we're on the increase for really abide and accept say indeed COVID is rare. And people that before this time we don't take the measures. You know, say in our every locality we get this religious denomination. We have the Christians and the Muslims. Everybody get your religious norms. But I want to say here that I do monitoring, I follow up, and I see. They don't really accept it and believe it, and therefore they say they take the lead. It's difficult to see people that if they come out of the house for going to market where they take the measures. If they don't use to the mask, they don't use for hand washing. So I believe say this could be the other step. Individual voluntarism now for come out and go test the status for COVID. I feel said back today on the increase now. I'm a politician. I'm a member of the SFP party, but development does not come with political party. I want everybody to come on board. BU, APC, PMDC. If COVID don't go out of swallow, me and you today enjoy. If you hold me after for that, sometimes the best person and all the political parties are there. So, me alone know we would do and get a strong team, then at the work committee. And then at the even partner with then youth organizations. No, so they are youth. No matter what, I didn't attack this one, that I always work on. Let us be careful, let us observe the rules, and the young ones, they will take the lead. But the problem here now, Law will know the various centers the way they can do that and they find somebody go say the distance far. But if ever they do that kind of testing, then they will appeal. Let them do the various testing in our locality facility. We'll get them in the way they did. Then they just centralize or localize in a particular distance. We say no go for go and do the test.
Councillor, you don't think say the voluntary test it will somehow people go look at us a way for a threat to them. Let me not go then they see me, they say I get COVID-19, we are not go get them.
Well, it depends on the way how people they perceive them and the message they pass on. If I tell you say it's a voluntary test, nobody know the question. You will go there and go find for know your status. So tell man of COVID, you will go, all that related thing and the way they go see they go advice for them. For now maintain good health. So whosoever now they listen to his program, may they talk now say not to anything where go be somehow. Now if confidentiality is something where they go do. You know commodity just say that person they get COVID. Now if HIV be the leak out, they go test that person the pass the HIV. Now the same thing they continue. Confidence based 90 still day for. It's just a way for your good health. Go and test. Mr. Go I don't answer. If I know the center now, after the common the good one. And I go encourage my family and whosoever they listen to the program, whether I'm your locality there, both on Kenima, but ask why did they hear this one? Let us take the lead and know our status.
Still inside the same bowl, Fatma and Grace Okekeru, where they work na Voice of Faith Radio na Bo City, self been talk to two community head them na Bo City. Make us start with Rashid Nairenda Jr., when a community head na Dovoebu section inside Bo City.
In terms of go na hospital, for many people that will go do the test, many people are not afraid for going to hospital. Many people then go and do the test. If person sick, make it go know in status how it did.
So you be known to engage people them for tell them and wipe away the fear and then say where you go do test, not to the end of you.
Plenty. Yet even self I can go now my village, I can tell people then for say yes, then for abide by government and rules and regulation where you don't do it. That face mask, that was sand. When you go to hospital, not to the end of your life than they go and do your test and no status. We they tell Boku people than this, not afraid the hospital. Go make you able know your status.
So for them one way you don't meet now your community as a community leader, we still get people then we get denial in our community. We go look at and say no me, I know they go na them place then they how you go able encourage them or let them go willingly and do that.
Well, you know say the mindset of Motaman is different. You know some people then they not take this steer mix for say area, but still we they able for convince them and show them for say this not to Sierra Leone one day, now see when a pandemic now worldwide issue. So they try for convince them, let them know for say this is real, they're not afraid for going to hospital. We they talk to them. You know, Montama for Kajo Montama is not easy now. Little by little can Kajo them, talk to them, and then say they see how to for say yes. Wait till they tell them that true.
So myself as a chief, I'm a community me say don't they take prevention for beginning talk to the youth, then talk to people then. Make them see reasons why they for go for this test. Because either be you or so tell the next person get time. So it's very fine for those to use the mask frequently, and at the same time, I try to encourage the people in this community for let them go for this test. Not wait until you for don't you sick before then can you go. There are times, according to the medical practitioners, they only tell we say you can get this sick here where you don't know. So if you get her, you don't know. Then the best you could do, when you go for the test, you will know if you get them. Then if you get them, you don't have for save life, you don't have for save your picking, you don't have for save your neighbor, you don't have for save people in the community. The people in the community, they encourage each and everybody. Let we make a point of duty. Let we go to the center for let we go do the test. If you not get them, then you don't get an advantage. So you will continue for save yourself. Because you don't know the possible you interact with or say you get them. If you be say you get them, then you don't have also for save life. So we will continue that sensitization. They will talk to people and for later go there.
That's na Chief Mohammed Jangaba, when na the section chief na Tengbe Wabu section na Bo City, they end that interview with Fatimata Grace Okekeru, where they work na Voice of Faith Radio na Bo. Let's take a short music break.
Coronavirus is real and deadly. We can, however, fight it together by choosing faith over fear, practicing a good personal hygiene, stop sharing fake news, for it will lead to panic and death. Rather consult credible media outlets. Remember, this too shall pass. Dr. Alfred Bette, CEO, Debaters.
I hope you don't hear about coronavirus. Cause right now all around the world, people them the minors. Now no man gets ganga, yes, but this message they can see us. Be careful, are you the scatter, you fake rumors. Oh yeah, yeah. What you want with soap and water? Hand sanitizer. Stop all the public gatherings and they have pop together. Cause that's them to make the virus spread.
Welcome to the second segment of this program, Tap Corona Na Salone. Members say, na Radio Mount Aureol-CTN, na Frabe College na Freetown, join hand with the partner radio station for bring come this program to you. And na Foundation Hirondelle na Switzerland, they battle this program with funding from the H2H Network Fund and the Danish Refuges Council. Inside this new edition, we will talk about the community care centers them and how community leaders them for the encourage members of the community them for the visit the various care centers them for do voluntary test for the coronavirus sick. Me na una young presenter, Mariam Sahid. Let us listen to this important message.
Lam. Apprentice 111.
Can make we go quick, but wait where you face mask?
What did you ask me for face mask for? I don't understand you. You dey go or you not dey go?
No to plaba me sister.
No.
This na for make we protect one another from the corona sick. More so for place them like this way na public transport.
Who that say so? You preach I think say na by force.
Yes. Now by force now, my sister. We the apprentices and drivers then don't join hand with the drivers union, NACO back and the Well Body Ministry for help Tap Corona Na we country. Now that make we they say All passengers then forget face masks before they can inside the motorcar or keke. And back law they say, if passenger no wear in face mask inside any public transport, now the driver go pay the fine.
Oh, okay. Now true Ben, but I no be no. Me face mask dey inside me bag. Make I pull out once and make I wear them. Because COVID-19 first, now all man first.
This message will come up from Radio Mount Aureol-CTN na Fabe College, Freetown, in collaboration with Foundation Hirondelle na Switzerland, with funding from the H2H Network Fund and the Danish Refuges Council.
Let me take precaution. Let me hear we walk.
Inside this second segment of the program, we go hear from community leaders in Nakenema, Kono, Tonkolili, and Koenadugu district. So, make I go Nakenema district inside the eastern region for know how the community leaders them na that part of the country self don dey support government for make people them do voluntary testing for the coronavirus sick. We company Andri Batilo Francis na Gola Agriculture Radio been talk to Chief Mohammed Sware when a chief na the Kankanjama community inside Kenema City.
I look at a very important something your government want take over because some people then they within the community for say they go able get mind go na the government health center for go do the test, they go see it very difficult. So would they advise all the community people there within the environment for say whosoever want do the test, let try by all possible means go na the health center for do the test because this sickness it don't take over the whole world and they destroy life. So government say this COVID-19 not a sickness who for taken life. It's real and it kill. So the only thing we for prevent ourselves from this COVID-19 now for do all the necessary things. We do clean, you wash your hand, cover your nose. When you enter in public, you cover your nose. And this test what government say all do and free of charge. Money no depana, nothing no depana. For say where you go, you get for pay money before they test you. No. And for prevent we self will do that. So government say let everybody do the test. So I advise all the community people there, who then in Kakajama, Lord take this test here as to hand. Lord go to the close health center for do this test.
Now plenty people no believe say Corona day, and that don't even make if the encounter this testing business go be a problem. So as you being the chief, which modalities you go put in place for making encourage people for making they go do this test when I voluntary test?
Well, what you get for do actually because people them we know say COVID-19 is real. We get for sensitize the people them within the community for say that sickness is there. Another thing we for take careless because it kill. So we get for call the people there, we go house to house, talk to them, let them go do this test here and do all the necessary things we for secure this sickness.
So what is the importance for we possible to do this particular test?
Well, one, for guide yourself, guide your family, because when you do the test, it will tell you say whether you're negative or positive.
Right, so which kind of message now you go send to you people in the community with regards to this test here and the establishment of the community care center where government they can do?
Well, my message we are going for deliver to all the people in Kakajama, as Hanoma talk, this sick is real and it kill. Lord, all take this test as to hand. Whosoever, wherever you day, you go close to the health center. Although government they can provide centers for do the test, although you not do it, but it is on the way, they can do it. So let everybody for now way area not there for do the test except the government health center. Lord try all possible means. Lord go there, Lord do the test. Then again, you make sure say any house who say there, you forget that bucket. You get your soap. Every morning you wash your hand. Make sure say where you want to go in at all, you cover your nose. Where you want to talk to somebody, you cover your nose. It's like when you do that, you get for protect yourself. So this now the message this where I want to give me fun with them for say this COVID-19 is real and it kills. Lord, very be careful.
That's na Chief Mohammed Sware, Chief na the Kakajama community na Kenema City. Still na Kenema, Susan Kumba Commander self been go find out from Paramount Chief Sadiq Kapua na Nongowa chiefdom for no whose role himself don dey play for make sure say in people then they do voluntary test for know their status.
What I know no more is that people them don't afraid the hospital. But one day I keep telling them, I say, well, I say I'm not afraid the hospital. I say, in fact, if you like for no, I say me I get personal connection with the hospital. I'm picking the day. When I go to them and go check on myself. If I go there, all the work in the hospital, a small boy them, a young man them, when I then they able to talk to you. So you need to go to them, then when I go find out. Because I like you get a headache or you get some other things. Sometimes like one day sometime last week, I get a headache now where I've been, they feel so badly. Now I go to them. Then prescribe something for me for say, now this is for buy for do this. Then immediately I buy them, it help me. So when I go to them and find out about my status, because medical status about anybody is very, very, very important. You need to know at every point in time, what's in your status, how you do, so that you will able to solve your problem there, as the case may be. So now that I can encourage them. So when I go to them, when I go to the doctor, the medical superintendent, now young man. So when I go to them and find out what's in the happen to them. When I know Frida Hospital, the health center are the best place for go for anything in this country. Because if you not go there, you know they know what they go wrong with you. So I encourage most people then to go to the hospital and go check themselves and make sure say all things they in place if you like. I say so now that the thing where I can tell them. I encourage them in any case.
That's na Paramount Chief Sadiq Kapua of Nongowa Chiefdom inside Kenema District. They talk to Susan Kumbakamanda. Still inside the same eastern region, at the Gona Kono District, outside Kadia to Seoul, where they work na radio news song na Kwedu City, been talk to Chief Suleiman Kombo Makoli, when a subsection chief na Kono Spark inside Bense Chiefdom.
We don't play, or maybe not do a greater role. Together with my company itself, we tell people them learn not free for going to hospital. Even me be not the, as you see, I get back, where I suspect somebody sick, I take care of the hospital. You know, I don't tell them. I target the youth them in the first place. I tell youth them say, now we're going to keep meeting every week, and for there we sensitize people because the youth them then too vibrant would help me and pass the message. So since I've been on the keep meeting with the youth them every Saturday, Friday, we keep the meeting. I tell them waiting for do. So it's like the message they go because inside my area the youth them then they go through, you know, and the people them everybody go now hospital. We get Doma hospital, where we call them clinic anyway. But now the most famous clinic where they very close to my area, we get the Kwedu government hospital. In fact, inside my area. So me people them to be frank enough, then they visit the hospital and they do really waiting for them. They say prevention is better than cure, as with man say. They say you prevent yourself, they know get problem.
Alright, Chief, being that the case then don't they reduce inside the district corner and self research you know ever record case. Waiting will be your message to your community people and other people self where they listen to you right across the country.
The message to Cornwall district is very great because me on area already every day they give a message. More especially every Friday where they keep meeting and me youth then they help me for passing message. I always they tell people and say this sickness na sickness we do, although you don't less one sickness we do, we need for prevent yourself against the sickness. If not, we know they eat. We not go sleep, nothing not go happen. Together with the medics them, I believe say we don't do a greater to with the local chief them. The people them are still encouraging them for them go to visit the hospital because the sick is still in a salon, though we not get them again now we area. But Corona I believe say you don't less. But still love for the visit hospital. And when they say blood test, no Fredo. Continue for go do anything where the medics say. And me here, I really stand by me people and for always encourage them and also tell pass the message from the medics to the people then.
That's na Chief Suleiman Kombo Makoli when a subsection chief na Kono Spark Bense Chiefdom Kono District. Inside the same Kwedu City na Kono District, Matthew Roland Congo na the Eastern Radio self been talk to Chief Manibanga, the town chief na Bandako community Bense Chiefdom.
Yeah, one way I think say I've been on the try my own level best now for raise the awareness to people for really know say the voluntary COVID-19 test is very necessary and at the right time this follow everybody accept them. When they talk to people and say nobody no get afraid for say the way do the test now this and this way go bad. When they talk to people and say very necessary that they will do. And one way for encourage people let them understand the nature of this thing here. When you talk to people and say, one, if you do the test, it will be, you know, how your status there. You go not say whether you well or anything they monitor you. Again, we tell people and say it will give satisfaction really to somebody for let you know say yes, he healthy normal or na this day affect you. Yeah, we also can tell people and say well, this it will help you more for like we do more preventions. Look at the preventive measures more, because when you do the test and you find out say you have somebody where you not get anything for do COVID-19, you will still comply with the preventions where government say well we take. You see, so you will not say la do more, la do better for la and not ever come in contact with the disease. So now this kind of sensitization for me them voluntarily come out and do this test.
Okay, so Chief, you think say if people really come out voluntarily 19 tests will help like tap the spread of the COVID-19 amongst your residents na your community we say and in offending ourselves?
Yes, because it will help for tap, it will help for make the disease do away even get learn or spread to other people them. Because we get disease, we get in treatment, we get the management. And not only that where you take tablets and go only make you not sick or you well, but when they say not do this, it can go a long way for tap sickness and for make you if you even sick, let no extend to other person. So like this test it will make the disease stop in this country. Yeah.
Since like in the outbreak of the COVID-19, where everybody could recall saying on the 31st March 2020, we like Salone record in first case. So in that direction, all like people said don't they adhere to like all the precautionary measures them we the government and the well body what people they say we don't put in place, how people need for themselves, then in the halik then process we don't tell like na your community.
We know say posters and they out we the display for let people and see the actual way for tap this sickness. We say we explain down for let them understand because not to everybody exposed for know much within writing.
That's na Chief Mani Banga, Town Chief na Bandako Community, Bense Chiefdom, Kono District. From Kono na the Eastern Region, I dey go na the Northern Region and find out how the community leader them don't they help government for encourage them people for do the voluntary test for the coronavirus sick. David Karefula na the chiefdom speaker na Bonkolenke chiefdom na Yileton. He been talk to Saidu Mahmoudba when na the station manager na Radio Bonkolenke na Yileton.
Well, the only way we will able make we people let them go for tests, we then go get fairness, we go get the sensitization of the people then through the community radio who gets here. Then from there we will able to come together with Sidon, we tell them about the danger of the COVID-19 coronavirus. After that, then we will able to advise them, bio them, talk to them fine. For love we direct them for go now any of the health centers na the chiefdom.
Alright, but now you dey talk fine for this test. You don't ever hear about this test?
Yes, this test at the area we always I can open my radio, especially Star Radio. Now they I can area.
But you believe in this test for say somebody go it will save your life and the life of other people?
I so much believe because the medical personnel then will be able to detect whether you get sick or you not get sick. Where you will be able to get restart. But if person denies say sick no this and that, he well, if he say he well, that no go tell well on the person rather than forgo na the PHU forgo on test. The medical personnel now will be able to determine your health.
Now you as community leader where they represent the other one them all now within Tonkolili district. Waiting now na relationship with them community health centers they are, whether na PHU now na catchment center for sake of this COVID-19 business.
Well, relationship with the PHUs or other health centers is so cordial. We don't get problem with them. Then with we the chiefs or the community stakeholders, we work amicably together. We don't get no kuskas with them. And they said they're ready for obey to we. At any time we do anything, we will go miss them, they're ready for comply with we.
We go once for use this opportunity now for talk to community people them all within Tonkolili we go hear you concerning this free test. One na free and government with well-body people them, now then come together and say people for willingly for go out for this test.
Well, at the talk of the Tonkolele district, we Namiun district, not to Yilenomo, we Namiun chiefdom, but this na Tonkolele district wide. Say, let nobody no afraid. Let all man get a pleasing heart, pleasing mind. For go na then health centers, for let somebody go get in test. If you get the test, that go able to tell you say you safe. But if you don't go for the test, you no go know. It will be very delicate for you. By tomorrow, when them go understand, say, you get the sick, it don't become too late. But it better let somebody go earlier time, let go on test. The test go able to give you the result, whether you positive or you negative.
That's na David Kange-Fula, the chiefdom speaker na Yiletong inside Bonkolenke chiefdom Tonkolili district. For end the program, at the reach na Kabala inside Kwenadugu district, Usai Margaret Misomansari, where they work na Radio Bintumani, been talk to Alex Conte, when are the chairman for the Kwenadugu District Council and serve na member na the District COVID-19 Emergency Response Center, DICOVAC na Kwenadugu District.
Indeed, the role we council they play for encouraging people for good at the treatment center is very, very critical because we not only deny for provide oversight functions on development activities by government-sponsored programs, but also development partners who also care very much about the health care of all Konadugans, because we believe for say now only with people that they with perfect health they go able to participate in development. And since the declaration of cholera entry in this council may not take positive action for mobilize experienced former Ebola champions of Konadugu for joining hands together and fight this more dangerous pandemic. For say you just stand there when they say you get HIV/AIDS. You don't mean say you are even a dead person. Report to the treatment center. Be a regular attendee to any treatment program where they get about that disease day. And we don't get that conviction there and the people will cooperate with regards to HIV. The same way with coronavirus. Council is not left behind. For mobilize with people there, educate them about the danger of that sickness there, and when they suspect you or they prove you to be a victim, if you report to the treatment center, but good people that they will not get good there, then come back with the healthy bodies. So council may not see and say, we now send for play central role for mobilize with people there, educate with people there, both the already accused people there and the one that will know find guilty, like we all for say, they will respect the advice of the medicals. And I think that we don't create positive action even to village level. Councillors don't go without education there. For say whenever you feel the symptoms of coronavirus and you are identified as a victim, cooperate. Go to the treatment center, or make example of people who don't go there, they don't die, then come back. And I think we will be on the response very well.
So, like, really, people can want for no waiting on some of the challenges, like where on they go for really talk to them people there, for make them accept so go na treatment center.
As a disease issue, I don't get for seeing myself behind, not to do with me for undermine, because myself are vulnerable to the disease, and therefore, even though council not be particularly recognized by the DICOVAC, but we play significant role.
That's na Alex Conte, chairman for Kwenadugu District Council and self-member of DICOVAC, Kwenadugu District. Now this edition of Tap Corona Na Salone end today. Members say na Radio Mount Aureol-CTN na Frabe College na Freetown join hand with the radio station we dey listen to so for bring this program to you. And a Foundation Hirondelle na Switzerland, they battle this program with funding from the H2H Network Fund and the Danish Refuges Council. Thank you to our production team, assistant producer Victoria Musu Conte, producer Ahmed Musa, senior producer Musa Baisise, and we executive producer Wena James Tambalebi. Until we meet again for the next edition, let us make sure say we do waiting the well body master sabi people them they say for let we do for tap the coronavirus na the country. Me na una young presenter Mariam Asahi they say goodbye.
I got this message for you. Corona now they picking all they watch for. Let me tell you the truth. social distance, you know they kill vaccine.
So make we all hear you. Take the precautions, take them up. Corona no limba, enough to be mende.